Hey everybody over at Loker Performance. This is Aaron at Good Guys Automotive Performance in Lakemore, Illinois, north of Chicago. We're building a 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville with an LS swap. Just to show you a couple other things what we got going on. For the last 10 years I've been building high performance muscle cars, race cars, customs. This is a 2012 Mustang Coyote 5.0. We're doing a stage 3 port and polish on the heads, hogging them out. We got a billet, oil pump, drive gear, billet sprocket. Big Pro Comp valves and springs, and some big Holly cam grinds. Big Comp cam grinds that we're putting in there are going to make a lot of power. But this is what we're working on today. This is our 59 Cadillac LS swap. This is a 6.2 L92 motor out of a 2007 Cadillac Escalade. That's got a PCM and trans controller harness from the '07 Escalade. And we went ahead and put it in our 59 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. So all the wiring's done, everything's hooked up, and what we're having an issue with is our gas pedal. And sometimes this happens, guys. Not a big deal. We like your parts. We got a lot of our parts on this car. Show you the roof. We got airbags on this thing. It drops all the way down to the ground, sits right on the ground. This is a totally custom car. So anyway, this is the problem. You come inside here. So this is our stock. Let's see if we get some light. Our gas pedal's just hanging down here, but it's plugged in. It's not bolted in because we're having this problem we're trying to deal with. And this is the gas pedal that came with our LS kit from Just Chevy Trucks, and it's a gas pedal out of an '07 Cadillac Escalade. I'll give you the part number in a minute, but it's the later model one, and we did cross-reference it for our Loker gas pedal according to your manual, and we did purchase the correct part, but I will give you all the part numbers and everything in just a second. But if we go ahead and we power on, okay, so now I'm just going to set this camera down here for a second. Let's see where I can set it. But go ahead and listen. When I move the gas pedal, that's the throttle body opening and closing. Okay, and I've got all my, if you can hear that throttle body opening and closing, and I've got all my readings on my scanner. I've got a accelerator pedal position is at 0 because we're not pushing on it right now, and let's see here. I just want to give you an example of it working. Then we've got our sensor, our pedal position 1 sensor is at 0.98 volts. Our pedal position 2 sensor is at 0.25 volts. And you can see as I go ahead and apply the gas pedal, the throttle changes. You can hear the throttle body opening and closing, and our voltages are sweeping. Our sensor 1 and sensor 2 voltages are sweeping as they're supposed to, okay? And everything works correctly. If I want to go ahead and start it up, I can do that just fine. All of our wiring's 100% correct. I'm an auto electric specialist my entire life. It's still learning how to idle. Okay, everything works just fine there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off now. I got our power off. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and unplug our GM gas pedal here. I'm just going to set you down for a second. Okay, so everything works fine with our GM gas pedal installed. And our GM gas pedal, this is what we used to purchase the correct part from you guys. Our GM part number 15847349158. 158, it's hard to see it with this. Let me turn the light off. There it is. 15847349158473449. 158473449. That's our stock GM gas pedal. Like I said, late model '07 Escalade. Okay, now if I go ahead and plug in, this is the Loker. This is now the second unit we've received. It's a GM 01 electronic pedal assembly. The part number on the actual sensor. Let's see here. 705 020274. 705-02-0274. And that's the correct assembly, and we got our billet gas pedal that we ordered separately. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you down. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. Okay. Now the system is off, so I shouldn't have to clear anything. This is supposed to be direct plug and play. As long as I got the system off so I didn't pop any codes when I unplugged the gas pedal, I should just be able to plug the new pedal in, turn the system on, and it should sense the new pedal and be ready to go. Okay. I'm going to turn this light back on here. Okay, so here's our locker pedal. It's plugged in to the harness. And so immediately my system is at 0% throttle. Now I'm pegged at, it pegs at 0.16 volts on accelerator position number 1. Number 2 does function correctly at 49. See, now what happens is I go ahead and apply the pedal here. Watch what happens. I get no movement on the throttle percentage. Accelerator position sensor 1 is pegged at 16. No matter how I move the pedal, it doesn't move. It's pegged at 16.16 volts. The sensor 2 does move. It does move like it's supposed to. Between 0.5 and just over 2 volts. But sensor 1 doesn't move. It's pegged at 16 and it just stays there. My throttle body's not opening. My percentage isn't moving and nothing's working. I was able to go ahead and verify these exact same results with my multimeter by manually inserting leads right into the pins. And it's the same thing. You don't get any signal. That signal reference, which is the blue, dark blue wire, is pegged at 0.16 volts. You get just no response out of this pedal. That's the same thing that happened with our first unit as well. So it is uncommon for you to get 2 bad units in a row. I understand that, but that certainly is the problem. If I go ahead and I plug my 07 Escalade pedal right back in there and reset this thing, it's going to work just like it's supposed to. Problem is that pedal doesn't fit in this car. We have a limited amount of space over by the firewall by the transmission hump, and that's why we can't fit that big 07 Escalade pedal in there, and we had ordered the locker unit here. So my options are either to get this sorted out, have you guys send me another new one. I'll be happy to ship this one back to you, but it's going to be at your cost, and then need you to get me the new one out immediately, because we've been delayed now almost 2 weeks on this project because of this pedal issue. So that's what I would ask you to do, is ship me. What I would do is bench test one in your facility, in your headquarters there, bench test one, and verify that it works and ship it to me, because I don't know if you got a bad batch of these sensors or what the problem is. But they're not working. My wiring is good. My PCM is good. My pedal works fine. I've now had 2 of your pedals that for some reason they're just dead in here, and we're not getting any sweep. We're not getting any reference signal on that accelerator pedal position A, or number 1, the number 1 sensor. And if I go ahead and I look at my trouble codes now, it's going to pop up and it's going to say, here's what's going to happen. It's going to give you a trouble code. So I got to go to my diagnostic trouble codes, and I pull the current codes. And now, because I have activated that, or I've tried to use that gas pedal, it's going to tell me that it's got a accelerator pedal position circuit 1 low voltage, and that's a P2122, and that code is going to continue to appear as long as we try to plug these locker gas pedals in. Like I say, I can go ahead and put my pedal in, no codes appear, throttle body functions as it's supposed to, everything works. So I've been able to test 2 separate units. They both failed. I've been able to test it with my scanner and, like I said, with my multimeter, and do it directly at the pins here, so that we're ruling out any opportunity of it being a wiring harness or a pigtail or a PCM or something like that. It's definitely, you got 5-volt reference going right in, you got a good ground, and unfortunately your signal A wire is just pegged at 0.16 volts and it doesn't move. So no worky. But if you guys can help us get another one out right away, we'll try one more. My only other option is to go with, I can go with a late model Corvette gas pedal, but if I do that, I got to change a couple of pins, and then I have to recalibrate the PCM. Like I said, we're auto electrical specialists and computer controlled powertrain specialists, diagnostic specialists. I've been working in auto electric all my life, so as unfortunate as it is, I think we got a couple of bad gas pedals. But this is Good Guys Automotive Performance. My name is Aaron Schuett. I'm the owner, 224-633-0012. I'm going to go ahead and get this off to you, and hopefully we'll get squared away with another gas pedal right away. And I like your guys' products, and it's unfortunate when this happens, but it's no big deal. We'll work through it. I'll talk to you soon, and thanks for your help, Chris. See you in a minute.